My name is Yagura, current Mizukage and Jinchuriki of the Three-Tailed Turtle Demon. I do hope you give me a good fight before I'm forced to kill every last one of you. Naruto tensed, chakra swelling up inside his body. Haku weaved hand signs, ready to attack, Zabuza drawing the executioner's blade. Yagura smiled all the while, his eyes unreadable. The air thickened, the mist standing as still as the shinobi facing off against the Kage. Zabuza vanished in a burst of speed, swinging his blade in a wide arc. Yagura merely ducked under the blade, spinning on his heel. The large end of his staff jabbed into Zabuza's chest, making him burst into water. Ice style, crystal ice mirrors! A dozen sheets of reflective ice formed around the room, Haku vanishing into one of them. Senbon and icicles bombarded Yagura. The Mizukage dodged each one with precision, blocking any that got near with his staff. Zabuza reappeared, engaging the Kage in taijutsu. Wind style, soul speed! Yagura blocked Naruto's series of kicks, expertly dodging Zabuza's slashes at the same time. Lightning style, thunder slash! Yagura raised his hand, chakra coating it. The wave of electricity dissipated upon contact. Haku fired another volley of ice spears, her mirrors closing in on Yagura. The Yuki clan. Your kind always were the most annoying of the Kekkei Genkai wielders. Haku jumped between mirrors, unleashing bullets of ice. Yagura seemed unfazed, making Haku jump to a mirror positioned on the ceiling. Water style. Water bomb jutsu! Yagura jumped away, spinning his staff to defend against Naruto and Zabuza's synchronized attacks. The blonde was faster than he expected, and Zabuza had clearly grown since their last encounter. Fire style! Flying Phoenix! Naruto vanished in a burst of speed. Yagura's eyes attempted to track him, but to no avail. However, he did sense his chakra signature, allowing him to block Naruto's next series of punches. Naruto reared his fist back, steam bursting from every pore in his arm. His punch sent Yagura flying across the room, creating a large crack in the wall. What's this? The Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki also has Kekkei Genkai? Odd. Your chakra signature doesn't suggest so. I'm full of surprises, Naruto growled. Fire style, Twin Dragon Fire Jutsu! Yagura smirked. So it would seem. Unfortunately for you, you're not the strongest one here. Yagura raised his staff, creating a circle in the air. A stream of water formed into a perfect ring. The flames barreled towards Yagura, only for another, identical flame to suddenly burst into existence. The two attacks collided, canceling each other out. Water style. Aqua Mirror Jutsu, Yagura muttered. Yagura looked up at his opponents, only to see one of them missing. He used the body flicker just in time to avoid three Zabuzas, all aiming for his neck. Each released a wave of water, which he jumped over. Ice style, instant freeze! The water turned to ice, a pillar flying upward. Yagura found his leg encased by the thick ice, Zabuza running up the pillar to land the final blow. Water style, Aqua Mirror Jutsu. An identical Zabuza fell from the liquid mirror, blocking the real Zabuza's slash. The copy vanished, Yagura smashing the ice with his staff. He can break my ice with such ease. Only Naruto's Scorch style has ever been able to destroy it so easily, Haku mused as she vanished back into her mirrors. Not so fast, Yuki, Yagura declared, weaving hand signs faster than anyone could track. Wind style. Grand breakthrough jutsu. What followed could only be described as a small hurricane. Relentless blades of wind filled the room. Haku could see her mirrors steadily being torn to pieces, forcing her to jump out. She was then bombarded by the endless current. Zabuza managed to use the executioner's blade to defend himself, Naruto grabbing Haku mid-air. Boil style. Explosive clap. The burst of steam was powerful enough to blow away the cyclone, Naruto and Haku landing on the wall. Let's do the scorched ice formation, Naruto suggested. Haku nodded, the two falling back to the ground beside Zabuza. Hope you kids know what you're doing. I'll back you up for now. The two nodded, weaving hand signs. Haku summoned his short blades of ice, Naruto coating his hands in pink-red fire. He took in a deep breath. If his focus slipped for even a second, he could accidentally vaporize the fluids in his hands. He learned that the hard way with his shadow clones. Ready? Haku asked. Of course, Naruto replied, both dashing forwards. Yagura smirked as he was bombarded with commendable taijutsu. Neither were as fast as him, but they were synchronized enough to put him on edge. Now, Haku! Yagura's eyes focused on the Yuki as she threw one of her ice blades. They were faster than anticipated, but he still dodged. As he expected, the blade was headed straight for Naruto. Perhaps they weren't as in sync as I thought, Yagura mused. Naruto's smirk stopped his thinking. The blonde raised his flaming hand, the ice turning to steam instantly. Naruto formed a fist, aiming for Yagura. The Mizukage raised his hand, chakra building up in his palm. A strange, pink substance sprung from his hand, blocking Naruto's punch. It only took a second before Naruto's scorch style burned through the spiked object. Looks like I was correct. The Three Tails gives him the power to create coral formations, Zabuza groaned. Don't worry, I'll take care of them. Zabuza dashed in, using the Executioner's blade to smash Yagura's coral shields. Naruto and Haku increased their speed. Whenever Haku threw an ice blade, Naruto merely vaporized it while attacking Yagura. The Mizukage was being pushed against the wall. Ice style, frozen fortress, Haku declared. A wall of ice encased Yagura, only for him to shatter it with another swing of his staff. Water style, water dragon jutsu. Lightning style, thunderbolt. Naruto and Zabuza's attacks merged, Yagura creating another aqua mirror to cancel it out. Haku created a water shield in time to block a wide swing. Wind style, soul speed, scorch style, pink arrows. Naruto bounced around the Mizukage office, Yagura continuing to block and evade his volley of projectiles. Zabuza and Haku attacked together, Yagura pushing to avoid their taijutsu. His three opponents were starting to use his energy. You've pushed me better than expected. Time to take this to the next level, the Mizukage grinned. Water style. Giant water prison jutsu. Naruto instantly found himself unable to breathe, the entire room filled with water. Haku and Zabuza managed to catch a breath, the latter performing hand signs. Water style. Chakra eater. The liquid dragon appeared, the water prison quickly being sucked in until the room was perfectly dry. So, that's how you got past my chakra barrier. You're not the same rogue who tried to kill me last time. I suppose that means I must resort to its chakra. Naruto's face turned white, all the built-up chakra in his feet exploding out. He vanished in a burst of wind, slamming into Yagura before he could react. The Mizukage found himself thrown against the nearest wall, Naruto skidding to a halt, panting heavily. Dust prevented him from seeing Yagura. There turned out to be no need. He had put all his strength into that one kick, but it had been shrugged off so easily. Nine Tails Jinchuriki. You are such an annoyance. Let's see if you can withstand me at my full power. Haku, Zabuza, and Naruto were frozen stiff, wisps of orange energy radiating from the dust. Ki bombarded them in waves. Zabuza had felt this before, so he could remain standing. But although she had experienced a fraction of the fox's power, it was nothing compared to the full weight of the Three Tails. Haku found herself on one knee, her entire body trembling. Naruto stood in front of them both. There was no fear. Yagura's faint chuckle could be heard. I see, you're still willing to fight. Very well. Yagura slowly walked into the light, bubbling orange chakra covering him from head to toe. 2 jagged tails sprouted from his back, the chakra around his head condensing on one side, covering his eye. Haku, don't be afraid to use your curse mark against him, Naruto stated. Without it, you won't stand a chance. Haku stared at Naruto's back, the blonde staring Yagura down. Zabuza glanced at her, confused, but remained calm. Naruto slowly rose his hands, clapping them together. The seals on his arm guards released a puff of smoke, a scroll appearing in Naruto's hands. The blonde swung the scroll outward, pushing his hand against the central seal. 10 shadow clones came into existence, each performing a different hand sign. A second later, they all burst in an explosion of steam, the gas enveloping Naruto as his chakra expanded. The blonde was almost invisible within the cloud of hot steam. Boil style. Unrivaled strength. Zabuza couldn't help but smirk at the blonde's technique. You heard him, Haku. No point holding back. Haku didn't speak, but slowly lifted her hand to her collar. She pulled it down to show the bottom of her neck, black lines slowly crawling across her body. The curse mark seemed to lessen the Three Tails' dense chakra, allowing her to move. Yagura grinned, cracking his knuckles. Without another word, Naruto and Yagura had engaged in an explosive bout of taijutsu. Zabuza dashed in as well, Haku staying as far away from Yagura as possible. She knew she couldn't keep up with them. Naruto felt sharp pain each time he connected with Yagura. This was the first time he was feeling the effects of another tailed beast. It was equally unpleasant compared to the fox. His armor of steam blocked some of the pain, but it was causing it to be used up faster than expected. Zabuza swung the executioner's blade, Yagura jumping over it. Naruto threw a punch, only to have it blocked. He was kicked away, Zabuza managing to use that opening to slash Yagura's chest. The Kage jumped back, his grin turning into a frown. He brushed his fingers against the wound as it quickly closed thanks to the orange chakra. He felt the heat of his blood before it turned to steam, his hand curling into a fist. His other hand rose the moment before Zabuza landed another attack. He merely flexed, snapping the executioner's blade in half. He twisted on his heel, landing a palm strike on Zabuza, sending him flying. Naruto felt his anger rising, putting more and more force into each blow, but Yagura's were even stronger. Still, neither was backing down. Water style, liquid bullets. Ice style, icicle barrage. Yagura felt more scratches cover his body, blood beginning to soak into his clothes. His gaze hardened, kicking Naruto away before dashing towards who he viewed as the weakest of the trio. Haku. Wind style, gale palm. Haku quickly made a water shield, only for it to be torn apart. She created an ice mirror, jumping through it to reappear on the other side of the room. Earth style, stone drill. Yagura directed his 2 tails to block the spinning projectile. Naruto used air current dance, him and Zabuza delivering more and more cuts to Yagura's body. Ice style, frozen fortress. The ice pierced his body mid-air, gaps in the orange chakra also appearing. Yagura's eyes grew wide, his entire body tensing before releasing a wave of pure chakra. Everyone was pushed back, the ice shattering. The Kage dashed after Haku once more, landing a kick to her knee. She fell to the ground, gasping for air as Yagura planted a foot on her back. That mark of yours seems to affect the Three Tails. That makes you an annoyance. How dare you hurt her? Yagura turned, feeling something press against his chest with force he'd never experienced before. It was Naruto's fist, coated in a thick layer of steam and fire. He could feel every tendril of chakra barrel into him, before the weight finally sent him up towards the ceiling. He smashed through the stone and wood into the air above the hidden mist. Naruto was panting heavily as drops of blood covered the floor around him. Zabuza ran up to him and Haku. He stabbed his blade into the pool of blood, helping Haku to her feet. Naruto glanced at the executioner's blade as it slowly soaked up the blood, reforming the steel before his eyes. He didn't have time to think about it long. They all sensed an explosion of energy. Naruto channeled chakra to his eyes, focusing on Yagura as he fell back towards them. A third tail had appeared on his back, the chakra coating him becoming darker. It was close to black by the time he crashed back into the Mizukage office. The trio moved away, watching as the entity before them rose its head. The chakra was now fused with his skin, a large, spiked shell forming on his back as he moved to all fours. Three tails swayed behind him, Yagura's teeth turning into fangs. Its deep breaths sent shivers down their spines, even Zabuza's. What faced them was no longer Yagura, even if he was in control. This was a monster. Time to die, the beast growled. Naruto stepped forward first, creating a shadow clone. What the hell are you doing? Zabuza hissed. I'm going to stop him, using the fox if I have to. I recommend you keep your distance. My control isn't as good as Yagura. I plan to at least take him down before the worst happens. Not happening! Naruto coughed up a mountain of blood, his torso dangling from Yagura's arm. His hollow eyes stared into the blondes, which had begun to flash red. Ice style! Crystal ice mirrors! The sheets of ice peppered Yagura with an endless rain of Senbon. Haku's eyes were wide, the curse mark glowing brighter and brighter with every bounce between the mirrors she performed. Zabuza dashed in, using a water cone to slice Yagura's arm cleanly off, the real one pulling Naruto away from the fight. Wake up, kid, Zabuza commanded. The sound was enough to make the blonde's eyes open, feeling for the hole in his stomach. It had pierced, right through the 8 trigram seal. He felt light, as if his mind was not connected to his body. He felt a rush of heat, followed by another of freezing cold. Then, both at once. Then, nothing. Nice going, brat. You almost died, in a sense. If my chakra wasn't this ingrained in your mind, you would be. Naruto sighed, as he once again found himself before the iron cage. The Ninetales was sitting, which Naruto found odd. The fox was always laying down, unamused. This time he was awake, focused. What are you talking about? He finally asked. That damned seal was destroyed by that punch from my brother. Technically, I could have escaped your body, but since you've used my chakra in the past, that makes it far more difficult. So, I have no other option than to heal you. Heal me? Heal me? What is it that you tailed beasts want? You don't want to be stuck inside Jinchuriki, but every chance you get, you help me. I'm not complaining, I just want to know why. Save my brother. Naruto paused, staring into the fox's red eyes. You mean the Three Tails? The fox closed its eyes. You're just as blind as before. He's under genjutsu, you fool. Both my brother and the Mizukage. Only the likes of the Sharingan or a trained Byakugan could detect it. So I shouldn't have expected you to. Who would want to trick the Mizukage? Who would even be strong enough? A Sharingan, a powerful one. I've only ever known of 3 bearers of such eyes, meaning whoever did this had a transplant done. That's not important for now. How do you expect me to free the Three Tails if you won't tell me? Naruto asked, his frustration rising. Immobilize the Mizukage, then use the scroll on your back with my chakra. I shall make the necessary changes to it when you do. That will break the genjutsu. Perhaps, after that, I shall tell you more. Naruto didn't have time to respond as he was pulled back to the waking world. His wound was closed, his body now covered in orange chakra. He felt his hair stand on end and his whiskers deepen. Haku and Zabuza were still in combat against Yagura. The majority of the walls turned to rubble. Haku had a large gash in her side, more covering her face. Zabuza had one through his left leg, blood soaking his pants. He had been unconscious for a few minutes at least, even though it only felt like a second. Glad to see you're still alive, brat. So hurry up and get Haku out of here, Zabuza demanded. No, Lord Zabuza, I cannot leave. Not when we are so close, Haku panted. Enough, the deep voice of Yagura and his tailed beast bellowed. This ends now. Witness my true power. The beast raised its head, only to have its chin struck by an orange-coated fist. Its eyes turned to Naruto, a deep orange blood covering his now exposed chest. How dare you hurt this village? How dare you hurt Haku? Whoever you are, controlling Yagura, I will find you and make you pay. Wind style, compression burst. Naruto planted his palm against the beast's chest, a pocket of air forming in the millimeter between them. The sphere grew and grew until it popped, sending jagged spikes of wind directly into Yagura's body. The result sent him hurtling off the Mizukage Tower, falling to the streets of the hidden mist below. All shinobi in the area ran, sensing the growing ki of the monster. Haku quickly produced a small bridge for Zabuza and Naruto to run across, looking down at the Kage. He was already in the process of regeneration, planting each limb into the earth. A spider web of cracks formed, shaking the nearby buildings. The monster raised its head, opening its mouth wide. Zabuza focused chakra into his eyes. He instantly regretted the sight. This isn't good. He's about to use a tailed beast bomb. One the size of a fist has enough power behind it to destroy half a village. He glanced down at Naruto. The blonde's eyes were hazy, covered by the orange aura that rippled with each breath. Protect Haku, he whispered. What? The rogue didn't have time to continue his question. Naruto's palm was on his chest, a gust of wind sending the man hurtling back towards the Mizukage office. Please, Zabuza, protect Haku, Naruto demanded, channeling chakra to his feet. The floor beneath Haku and the rogue split, forming a large dome, cutting off access to Naruto. Naruto heard Haku's faint cries for him to stop. He heard the banging on the wall. Zabuza slashed through it, only for it to regrow before his eyes. Naruto created a clone, sending it to keep the wall up while he focused on Yagura. Hovering above the beast's head was a dark orb. Naruto, and every shinobi in the village, could feel the unfathomable amount of chakra being drawn in, making the orb grow bigger and bigger until it was slightly smaller than Yagura's head. Alright, you damned fox. If you want this, you better give me as much of your chakra as possible. The fox only grunted inside his head, another rush of energy filling him. He raised his hand out in front of him, channeling every drop of the orange chakra. It began to spin, creating multiple circles of energy, each strand taking on a deep purple color. Vermilion Rasengan, Naruto growled, feeling the energy in his palm pulse, as if it had a heart. Yagura had completed the tailed beast bomb, aiming the sphere directly at Naruto. Let's see how strong the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki is, it taunted in its jumbled voice. The bomb was faster than any Jonin could track. Even though it was pure chakra, not even sensors could lock onto its trajectory. Only Naruto, with the help of the fox, could see it. Naruto pushed more. He felt his body beginning to cave in, forcing him to create supports of ice and rock to keep him upright. The bomb was approaching, his Vermilion Rasengan now twice the size as before. As the two spheres collided, and blinding light consumed the hidden mist, Naruto only had two thoughts. I hope I put in enough energy to cancel out that tailed beast bomb, and if not, I hope everyone... No, I hope that Haku manages to survive. If you like what you just heard, consider hitting the subscribe button and bell icon to get notified about new videos. If there's a part you've missed, then check out the entire playlist on screen. If you like this story, please share it with your fellow anime lovers. Any support helps a lot. That's all for now. This is Ninja Kai, disappearing in a golden flash.